Hey fam, Randy Speaks here, and I hope this video finds you well. What's the first thing that pops in your mind when you think about New York? Is it the life, the city, the amounts of people, the city that never sleeps? Think of the places. You find Grand Central, you find Times Square, and you find Madison Square Garden. All of that. There's a lot of life. Imagine that being shut down. Well, that was the crisis that happened during the pandemic. Coronavirus 2019-2020. It's crazy because the year of 2019, October, is when I arrived. And a few months after that, the world has shut down. I moved into New York to grow my career. And not only that, to experience the New York life. I expected to see restaurants, events, sceneries, enjoy the city, Manhattan. However, that was taken away from me as soon as the pandemic hit. And during this time, this has affected me really bad as I questioned risk. I questioned whether it was the right decision to go to New York. Is this right timing? In this video, I want to talk about how I got through the pandemic in New York, the epicenter of coronavirus during its highest peak in the mainland. And in this video, I hope that I could share how I was able to pick myself up in this crisis and learn from it. One of the things that kept me afloat during this pandemic was to prepare for the worst. So during this time, preparation was key. Paranoia was all-time high, and I think I went overboard. So I literally bought, 1 month worth of food that does not need to be refrigerated, and drinks as well, and non-perishable items, tuna cans, also medicine. Medicine was a big thing. Vitamin C was running out everywhere. It was crazy. It was crazy that I could not find vitamin C. So the funny thing is I got a bunch of oranges every day from the store. I think maybe not every day, maybe like every 3 days I'd buy like a lot of oranges to make up for the vitamin C, and I was just eating that, chowing that all day. I remember going into the grocery store, BJ's, Costco, wearing 2 masks, the biggest mask ever, right, wiping down the carts and everything. And even at that, they encourage social distancing. However, it was hard to social distance because there were just so much people lining up just for food. I mean, there were social distancing in the lines, right? But inside the store, it was impossible to do that. And those were crazy days. Unfortunately, during this time, I fell into a rut because, again, I just moved to New York and everything shut down, and I slowly just became unproductive. And I slowly just began losing myself, losing hope, regretting why I came to New York in the first place. So it was tough times, definitely. Quick break. If I added value to your time, please do not forget to like, comment, subscribe, tell your friends so that we all can grow together. Back at it. And so from that, I decided to shift things and find a positive distraction. However, my first distraction was really a distraction because I played Call of Duty a lot. I think I played Call of Duty like 4 hours a day during that time, even from working from home. And it was a great way to distract me from what was happening in real life. However, it wasn't so productive. I was finding myself raging because I was losing, or putting so much effort and emotion into a game that wasn't even real. I mean, no offense to gamers, and that's productive in some sense for people, but for me, it wasn't productive for me. And so I slowly stopped, and then I went to Netflix, and then the shows like Ozark. Who remembers Ozark? Like also Tiger King. I started binge watching a lot of shows, and I started sleeping and resting a lot. And I asked myself, man, was I really this tired that my body wants to sleep? Until I noticed it was just the inactivity that caused me to be sluggish, is when I actually turned things around. Right, I still worked out and stuff, but it wasn't as crazy. But I started picking things up when I felt like the sluggish feel. And since then, I started telling myself, you know what? Let me put all Netflix and Call of Duty away, and let me just be productive. So I started reading books. I invested in stocks even more. And from that, I started reading real estate. I started reading entrepreneurial books. I started reading not even books that are fun to read, but books to develop myself. I even started to read like books to enhance my network engineering skills. And so all of these things kind of went together, and it gave me the momentum I needed, and I was finally out of that rut because I felt a purpose. It's crazy because during this time, I decided to quit my previous job. It was a corporate job. I had a view of Manhattan. It was a beautiful place. I was given a position where I could, feel like it was just the corporate lifestyle, right? Like, in Manhattan, commuting, meeting, high net worth people, all that stuff. But it wasn't for me because I wasn't growing. So I decided to even branch off. And luckily through that, I was able to get my job right now, which I totally love because I have the freedom to network engineer. I'm so young. I have to get my hands on things. I have to be creative, and it literally powers my productive and my creative juices. And so that momentum alone has got me to the place I am right now because I chose to do that. Which leads me to the other point, is to build. Right now I'm trying to make a YouTube channel. I made my own business. It's called Unity, United Network Information Technology Integrators. And in the sense of building, the reason why I say build is because the only way you become or get paid at a higher amount is to recreate yourself. And during the pandemic, I realized that. And little by little, brick by brick, it'll form a pattern, and you'll be able to ride that wave. And when you ride that wave, you'll get closer to where you need to be. And so going back to pandemic, all that time after the distraction, the unproductive distraction, when I shifted to productive distraction is when I got things going. And then when you're building, you get a sense of momentum. And then through that momentum, you explore the opportunities available. During the pandemic, even if there was a crisis, there is an opportunity in every crisis. Let me say that again. There is an opportunity in every crisis. And so look for the opportunities that is available to you. Like one of my friends told me, one of my mentors, he told me everyone is dealt with a deck of cards, and through the hand of cards, you're gonna have to find a way to make it work. You have to work to be prepared at all times, and then when the time is there, you go all in and you commit. And this is a time when you explore opportunities. When there's a crisis and you're ready for it, this is when you jump and actually invest. So I know the pandemic has been very, very difficult for a lot of people, including myself. However, if there's anything that this pandemic taught me, is that no matter where we're at in this world, no matter what time, as long as we work and we find positivity in what we do, and we find light and we work towards what we believe is important to us, we can make it. So I know right now we have the Delta variant coming along, and times are tough, and you look at the news and it's tough, like, oh, should I wear a mask? Should I not wear a mask? Should I wear a mask? Should I not wear a mask? Should I go to crowded places? Should I go eat in a restaurant? You question your every move. It's almost to a point that it's restricting your freedom. However, we all have a place to play in this society. Do what we need to do to take care of each other. We are in this together. Our approach in this pandemic should be togetherness, and whatever it takes, we should do. And I'm not here to give you a decision to what you should do during this pandemic, but I'm here to kind of make you think of ways that you can come out of this, and ways that we can all help each other, because we are here to grow each other. So this is my message for today. I hope you enjoyed this. Stay safe out there, and take care, fam. See y'all later. This is Randy Speaks. Bye-bye.